All right, welcome back to the channel. Okay, Freddie Roach from Manny Pacquiao, the coach of Manny Pacquiao, spoke on who he thinks Manny Pacquiao should fight next. That has ramifications for who Errol Spence Jr. would fight next. And quite honestly, man, I think I like it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Manny Pacquiao. Trainer Freddie Roach says that he was asked by the manager for I think Sean Gibbons, is that his name? Manager for, and I think that might be I think that Sean Gibbons might be like a journalist, but whoever the manager is for Manny Pacquiao was asked about the next fight for Manny Pacquiao, and Freddie Roach said that all things considered, he wants Danny Garcia. And the reason that he said that he wanted Danny Garcia was that he thought it was a good style matchup for Manny Pacquiao. And, obviously the other guy that Manny Pacquiao, that there's interest in fighting, and that is obviously because Errol Spence Jr. is a unified champion with the WBC belt and the IBF belt in his closet. That the problem with the Errol Spence Jr. fight is that Errol Spence Jr. just got and had an accident, and they wouldn't want to fight him next because that could mean if Manny Pacquiao beat him, that there could be a lot of excuses around the car accident and things like that. So, that's why his first preference is Danny Garcia. He also said that Manny and he, that they talked and said that they, there's at least 2 fights left in Manny Pacquiao's career. That's what Freddie Roach believes. But the thing that he talked to Manny Pacquiao about was wanting to fight the best fighters and not fighting guys that you could just roll over and that type of stuff. So that's why he wants the Danny Garcias, wants the Errol Spence Jr.'s. He also said, Freddie Roach also said the guy that really Manny Pacquiao really wants is Floyd Mayweather Jr., but he doesn't think that the Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight's going to happen because Floyd Mayweather Jr. is, scared of Manny after what Floyd Mayweather saw with Keith Thurman. Okay, so here's my take on this. I like the first part. I like the Danny Garcia for Manny Pacquiao fight first. I like that. And the reason that I like that is because even though Errol Spence Jr., everybody in his camp said that he was in a good condition and everything like that, I do agree with a lot of people that say that they would like to see Errol Spence Jr. have a tune-up. And I think that's fair. Or a tune-up, or just something, where it's not a terribly dangerous fight, but you can see what he's like, you can see what he's looking like, because until you actually see it, it's tougher for people to believe it. And you don't want to put, I wouldn't want Errol Spence Jr. to fight a guy that is a really top level guy, and then you feel like something goes wrong. It was because of the accident, because it was too early. But if he did something like fight a Abdikatsarov is mandatory for the IBF title. Abdikatsarov is a good fighter. He's not a very strong puncher. He's somebody that moves around a lot. I do believe he looked to me to be a little bit of a smaller guy. And that's something that's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You get rid of the mandatory and you get a chance to see Errol Spence Jr. in the ring against somebody that is, not a world beater. If he has any type of trouble with Abdikatsarov, it's not going to be a knockout. It's not going to be something where he's getting tagged and beat up and all that stuff. It might be, you could see some of the things that might be an issue. Then in the next training camp, they could have a way to work that out. But if Manny Pacquiao was to fight Danny Garcia, again, that would allow Errol Spence Jr. to get Abdikatsarov off of, just out of the way. And if he looks very, very good, then you don't have to worry about, then nobody has any excuses, right? If he goes and then he fights Danny Garcia or he fights Manny Pacquiao. Now, from the Manny Pacquiao side of this, I like the Danny Garcia fight too. And I like it because there's a significant chance Manny Pacquiao could lose that fight, man. And this is why I believe that. I believe that for the same reason that Freddie Roach thinks Mayweather is scared of Manny Pacquiao because of the Keith Thurman fight, right? Because of the situation with Keith Thurman. I don't believe that Keith Thurman was at his best or anywhere near his best when he fought Manny Pacquiao. He was inactive, very inactive over the last 2 years. He had one fight in 2 years, and that fight he got hurt. He got hurt to a body with a guy that is a mid-level welterweight. Almost beat or had a chance to beat Keith Thurman with that same body shot that Manny Pacquiao hurt him with. Josecito Lopez hurt him with it. And, Keith Thurman didn't look good in the one fight that he had. And Manny Pacquiao hopped on it, right? So, but that's not the case. That's not the case with Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia has been active. Danny Garcia is Danny Garcia. What you see is what you get. He's one of the stronger punchers at 147 pounds. He is somebody that likes to punch when you punch, right? So he's a counter puncher that with a left hook, man, a nightmarish no-look left hook, but a solid jab and somebody that is going to, kind of come forward. There's going to be significant foot speed advantages for Manny Pacquiao. But here's my thing, man. Manny Pacquiao is going to jump in. And when he jumps in, there's something coming at him. Okay, because Danny Garcia has excellent timing, and one of the things that have caused Manny Pacquiao problems is when he's jumping in, getting caught when you're jumping in. And so Danny Garcia has the ability to catch Manny Pacquiao. Danny Garcia, unlike Keith Thurman, has been fighting consistently. He's not taking a year off. Dang sure ain't taking 2 years off. He's never had a fight with a guy that to this day, shout out to Deontay Wilder. Let's go next week, baby. To this day, he's not had a fight where he looked like he just got completely outclassed. He's in every fight. Even fights that people think that he lost, like the Lamont Peterson fight. Lamont Peterson, that wasn't just a blowout, blowout fight for Peterson. Neither was the Sean Porter fight, and Sean Porter is a top level welterweight, and neither was Keith Thurman. And when Danny Garcia fought Keith Thurman was still an active fighter, but Danny Garcia was taking it to Keith Thurman in the second half of that fight. So Manny Pacquiao could very well be putting himself in the situation with Danny Garcia where he can lose. And that makes it an intriguing fight for me. I agree with Freddie Roach about not wanting to have Manny Pacquiao just fight a bunch of people that he can beat, right? Where you just know the outcome of the fight before the fight happens. If Manny Pacquiao is going to hold a championship belt, the WBA championship belt, then I think he should be fighting the top guys. Same thing with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's supposed to be the WBO. He's not supposed to be. He is the WBO champion. He needs to be fighting. He needs to be fighting the top guys too, and not just the guys with the belts, but the top guys. All this, I just want the belts. I'm only interested in people with belts. That's a little bit of crap, dude. Because there's other good fighters that don't have belts. Just because a guy doesn't have the belt doesn't have a belt, you're a champion. You're defending your belt. By definition, you're going to have to fight guys that don't have the belt, because if there's a top guy and he wants to fight the guy with the belt, he deserves a shot with the guy with the belt. But, Manny Pacquiao, I like to hear that he's willing to do that. I just think that Danny Garcia is a very, very difficult situation for him. One that he could win. I think he could win it. But just like Keith Thurman, and I know I was wrong on Keith Thurman, I lean towards Danny Garcia in that fight, man. And Well, I would lean towards Manny Pacquiao by decision, but I think there's a significant chance of Danny Garcia by knockout, because Danny Garcia can catch that dude coming, can catch him leaping in. And Danny Garcia's got a nice chin, and he's got underestimated timing. But look, let's see what happens. Errol Spence Jr. So my hope is Errol Spence Jr. versus Abdikatsarov, Manny Pacquiao versus Danny Garcia, Terrence Crawford versus Keith Thurman. And let the winners match meet up in the not versus Keith Thurman, versus Sean Porter, and let the winners meet each other at the top. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much to everybody that supports the channel and the chats, the live streams, through the super chats and the Cash App. And thank you to everybody that supports by being a member to the channel, OG Bison Talk, and the Patreon community. With that, I'm out. Peace.